ENLK released today, and it works even on Xbox. Excellent, congratulations. Does that mean we need to check it out tonight? That is so cool. Wait, hang on. Woo 15 is... I totally know things. World update? Yeah, world update. Speaking of, I got that right. I'm pretty sure I did. I updated a thing today, so we'll be able to check it out. Yes. Hello, by the way. How is it going? Hello. How's it going? Tips Chicken. I hope you're well. Greenland and Nordics. I did update. So we must and we will. I'm very excited. That's so cool. Did you do anything to celebrate? I hope so. Hello, how are you? Finding the web. We're back at it again. Making sure that things are working. Plus, I guess making sure that the music isn't on anymore. I had music last time. Oh, by the way, we used the witch last time. She was wonderful and beautiful, and it was so much fun. All right, yes, I'm not here. Is it just a me problem that my screen is kind of small? It might be a me problem. We'll go with it. See what happens. Okay, yes. Flight instructor practical test standards for airplane. Moving right along. There's a bug. Contents. Where are the contents? There they are. Skipping the FOI. I'm working through that. I am not speeding. I am very carefully working through the book. Yes, and it's actually been I've been enjoying it. It kind of scratches that philosophical itch that I have, that linguistic and all of that. It's talking about the symbols and the receivers and stuff like that. And I remember having, I'm not sure if it was an entire class on that, but it was definitely part of a class in college. And yeah, just all of the different things, somewhat philosophical, somewhat, there's a different word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. Yeah. The other thing though is this, for the second time while I'm doing I'm talking about FOI, by the way, if that wasn't if I didn't say that. I lost 2 sets of notes, so apparently I'm unlucky with it. I watched a Todd Shellnut video and completely erased all of my notes on it, so I re-watched it and retook notes. And then as I was going through a chapter, I was almost done with the chapter, and I had it all nice and highlighted and everything, and Preflight glitched and lost like pages of my highlighting, so I had to go back through that, and that was fun. I was upset about it, but I also tried to look at it as apparently I needed to re-go over it. So, yeah. Okay, so we did 14 CFR and publications last time. We are doing National Airspace System this time. So, objective to determine that the applicant exhibits instructional knowledge of the elements of the National Airspace System by describing basic VFR weather minimums for all classes of airspace. Bug. 2. Airspace classes, the operating rules, pilot certification, and airplane equipment requirements for the following class: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Golf. Special use airspace, SUA, and temporary flight restrictions, TFR. And we have today, oops, I need to zoom out a little bit. There it is. And boom. Da-da-da-da. It is involved. Where is my thing? But it is fun. I enjoy the airspace system. But again, it's been a while. So we'll see how it goes. I am kind of just going through this once each of these once, and then the plan is once I'm done with the FOIs, I'm going to revamp all of my lesson plans, and then I might start doing those on like either a Sunday or a Thursday and just like cram through a few of them. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're getting through them as they are for now. So apologies in advance, but also tis what tis. No one knows the difference between echo and golf. Oh, well, you will not learn today. You will receive information that you can then consider and do outside research from more competent sources. Yes. G'day. How's it going? All right, the National Airspace System. When you're flying an aircraft from the surface of the Earth and beyond, we're talking just in the continental United States, kind of, for now, for today. As you are flying, you are going to be in some class of airspace. And that is the National Airspace System, NAS. It is designed to protect and organize the flow of traffic based on the amount and the needs of traffic of the area, the nature of the operations, whether it's VFR or IFR. And if I had not talked to my student about that already, I would describe the VFR versus IFR kind of, but also you're going to be doing VFR. So yeah, that. Visual flight rules versus instrument flight rules. It is also designed to based on the safety required in the area, as well as the national and public interest. There are two types of airspace, the regulatory and non-regulatory, and then a bunch of types underneath that. So our regulatory is, based on the FARs, and that is our Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Golf. Foxtrot is not within the U.S., so don't even worry about it. It also, hang on. Yeah. Non-regulatory, well, and it's also our restricted and prohibited. Non-regulatory is just based on advisories and hazards. That's our MOAs, our controlled firing areas, our alert areas, and our warning areas. There's also our controlled, which is air traffic control, has control. You're talking to ATC. ATC is providing or can provide certain services in that area. That's our Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo. Uncontrolled, ATC does not have authority in that area, but we still have our VFR minimums to adhere to, and that is our Gulf airspace. Hello! Cross-Hi Brew, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. How is it going? How is your stream? What were you doing? Oh, you don't care about Echo and Golf? You must care about Echo and Golf. Naval Air Station? No. Same abbreviation, different meaning, as always in here, and it gets confusing. We are going currently, okay, so this is not a ground lesson. It is my practice ground lesson. You're not learning anything here for anyone who just came in. I am a CFI in training in real life, and I'm just going over one of my practice ground lessons. So we're talking about the National Airspace System today. Learn nothing, but be entertained potentially. You flew an A320 into Grand Junction. How did it go? And was it IFR? Was it VFR? I'm trying to think. Is there any time where an A320 would be VFR? Well, fun. Why did you do that? Would Echo not be uncontrolled? Nope. Echo is controlled. It is controlled. It's so you're flying en route, right? Well, we'll get into it a little bit more, but it's just in that area. You don't have to be talking to ATC in Echo airspace, but they are still controlling that airspace, if that makes sense. You don't have to be on a flight plan or anything like that, but you're still in controlled airspace, if that makes sense. IFR, it was a lot of fun. Excellent. Very nice. That sounds fun. Yes, E is controlled. Sorry. If you're VFR, you're not required to talk to the ATC. Right, exactly. So it's the airspace itself is controlled. You don't actually have to be in contact with them. That, yes. And we will. We'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit. So yes, so uncontrolled is Gulf, and then we have our special use airspace where we go back up here and we get our, let me make sure I have all the things. Yeah, so in the controlled airspace, ATC has authority and responsibility in that airspace. The only time they don't is in that Gulf airspace. So they still have authority and responsibility in Echo airspace. You just don't need to be talking to them. Yeah, that. So special use airspace, we have our acronym of MICPRON. So we have our MOAs, military operations areas. And then our controlled firing areas, our alert areas, and our warning areas here. Our restricted and prohibited areas, and then our national security areas. So MOAs, you don't need permission to go in them, but if they are active, you should avoid them. If you don't avoid them, use caution when they are active. Prohibited and restricted are, again, regulatory. Sometimes they are closed, but if you contact the controlling, if they're not active, should be good, but contact the controlling, why can't I think of the word? Controlling facility. To make sure that it's okay. Prohibited, always closed. So it is restricted, prohibited, always closed. For our controlled firing, alert, and warning areas, if the status is unknown, avoid them. Otherwise, use caution. National security areas, avoidance is voluntary and requested, but it can be regulatory by NOTAM. Facility, yes, thank you. It is. It's those like tip of the tongue things where it's like, I know what it is. I know what it's gonna be. Oh, and let me see if I can remember from my FOI what the thing is called. Retrieval failure. Yeah, that tip of the tongue thing where I know it's there and you just can't figure it out. Hello. No teaching. No teaching is involved. Good to have you here, though. Words are hard. Yes, you get it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, like I haven't practiced this one in a while. I think I probably do need to put a little bit more trigger words in here to remember things. But otherwise, yes, I am going to revamp, potentially do a PowerPoint on this one just because of all the things. But we'll see. So yes, so boundaries, there is the lateral boundary. So that's like the footprint. It's like on the map is you can see the circle. I think, you know what? I think I also, I did. Okay, hang on. I also need a sectional. Shoot. Can I, there we go. So we won't use that entirely. But so you have here, you have the lateral boundaries of the airspace. It's the footprint on the map. So it goes, it's the footprint on the ground, right? And then you have the floor and the ceiling of the airspace. And that is either from the ground or from whatever height above ground level or mean sea level that it is. And if it is above ground level, hang on, let me get back to my thing. If it's above ground level versus mean sea level, you are going to have to calculate it based on the elevation at that point and is usually based on the legend. And if it's MSL, you just look at your altimeter and that will be on the sectional on the map. Like, can you see this? Like this one. Like that. That would be MSL. And then we have our properties of our airspace. Okay, tutoring. It's not even tutoring, it's study buddying. We're study buddying. That is it. That is all. Looks like I'm in Massachusetts. Yes, we were in Massachusetts last week. So that is why I'm still in Massachusetts. Okay, so then we have our VFR weather minimums. Let me make sure that that is correct. Yeah, yep. Oh, yeah, you know what? I did. Hang on. Yep, no, that is correct. Agency! That's the other word that I could have said. I moved some stuff around before I printed, or after I printed this. So sorry about that. Okay, so we have our properties. So we have our Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, and Golf, and our VFR weather minimums for those. A is, consider that above. That is from 18,000 feet MSL to 60,000 feet MSL. What you need for that is clearance. You need to be IFR equipped, and you need to be on an instrument flight plan, and you need an instrument rating. And because of that, you do not have any VFR weather minimums because you cannot be VFR within them. Should do a scenic flight over Fenway. Why? we shall see what we're doing. We will pick our place of flight once we are through with the non-ground lesson. Yes, and then Bravo requires a clearance. Equipment is two-way radio and a Mode C transponder. That is altitude reporting. And you need it to be at least a private pilot. If you are a student pilot, you must be endorsed. You also, that comes in later. VFR weather minimums are 3 statute miles of visibility and clear of clouds. Charlie is established two-way radio communications. So you do not need a clearance to enter Charlie airspace, but you do need to call them up and they need to respond back to you with your call sign. If they do not say your call sign, that is not established two-way radio communication. So you have to stay out. But once you do that, you do need your two-way radio as well as a Mode C transponder. No specific certificate is required to fly in there. VFR weather minimums are 3 statute miles and 1,000 feet above the clouds, 2,000 feet to the side of the clouds, and 500 feet below the clouds. Delta is like Charlie, except there is no Mode C required. VFR weather minimums are the same as Charlie, 3, 1, 2, 5. Echo is the study session. Yes, the study session. Literally watching a robot ride a train on YouTube. And how is it going? It sounds like it could go either way. You have thought about doing that? It would be an adventure, definitely. Echo. So there, our Echo. There's no entry requirement for VFR. There's no equipment required or certificate specific certificate required. And then we have this. I will zoom in a little bit. This kind of blew my mind reading the BINS lesson plans and these. It's an E and it's a G and it just fits all of the VFR weather minimums. So we'll go over them. So E, at and above 10,000 feet MSL, we'll go below. So 10,000 feet and below. Below 10,000 feet, there is a distinction. Just below 10,000 feet, not including 10,000 feet MSL, is the same VFR requirements as Delta and Charlie. So 3, 1, 2, 5. 10,000 feet and above is 5 statute miles. So it increases 5 statute miles of visibility. 1,000 feet above, 1 mile to the side, and 1,000 below. And there is a reason for that, and we'll come back to it. And then we have our Golf. No specific requirements for really any of those. No clearance, no equipment, no certificate requirements. So then we have our G. I'll zoom in on that a little bit because it gets even a little bit smaller. So, oops. So at and above 10,000 feet is the same as Echo, 5111. So 1,000 above, 1 mile to the side, 1,000 below. And then it changes. So 10,000, below 10,000 feet, we have day and we have night requirements. And then it's above 1,200 feet AGL and at and below 12,000 feet AGL. So during the day, it's 1 statute mile and clear of clouds. Below 1,200 feet AGL and below. And above 1,200 feet AGL, yeah, it's 1 statute mile visibility, and then the 1,000 feet above, 2,000 feet to the side, 500 feet below. And then at night, it just reverts to normal below 10,000 feet Echo 3125. Yeah. But that's just I love it. Anyway, so then we have, I hope that all made sense. If not, let me know and I will attempt to say it better. Also, hang on. Why do I have, where's the rest? Oh, there it is. Okay. So then we have ADSB out. Hello. It's dark. The train's in a tunnel right now, so how are you watching? Hello. So, for CFI check ride, CFI roll 1 perfect. He had no issues. Yes. CFI maneuvers all perfect. You selected aids on pylons and busted on. No, okay, because you didn't do them for 30 days. So you got too rusty, and that was that. Didn't get to do landings. Okay. Sorry to quickly change. Hi. I've been wondering, and I was going to message you, but I didn't want to bug you. But that's okay. It happens. So what's plan? You what did you go finish yet, or your trick for Echo at 3152? There is always 3. Oh, 3152s at the airport. Oh, okay, nice. See, I've been told 152, but I'm like a linear person, so I like the 125 sort of a thing. So I know it. Yeah, so that's a thing where I think I should have multiple, and I don't know, have multiple ways of helping students remember. But yeah, I've definitely heard the 152 thing versus my 125. So I don't know. Got high hopes. Friday's close. Lesson learned. Get more flights if it's been too long. Fair. But that's the thing. Like, I don't know if you knew, I busted my instrument and I was absolutely devastated. So I'm sorry that happened, but the way that I did it, we can commiserate together. But the way that I thought about it is like, it was a good lesson. As much as I wish it hadn't happened, it did. And so I'm going to find the silver lining in it as much as possible. So yeah, check ride is this Friday for that maneuver and the landings. So you weren't even able to attempt the landings, or you just didn't want to? If you're going to fail, at least it's on your own part, not because of knowledge to fail. Right. And that's the thing. Well, and this is something that I told my instructors like a lot, is when they told me and were very open about things that they messed up on, that really helped me as a student. So if it helps, you'll be able to like have that story, have that experience to be like, hey, this is what happens when you don't stay proficient. You know what I mean? So it is. I know it sucks. It sucks now, but you're going to get through it and you're going to crank it out, and then you're going to be able to be done with it, and it's going to be good. He had another student waiting. Got it. Okay. Did PowerPoints for all your oral, and he had not one single note. He thought it was perfect. And there you go. Like, that is, just take those silver linings, honestly. And it just, everybody has those days. And you do have to think about it like that is with aviation. It kind of does have to be a perfect sort of a thing. So just think of it as at least it was in that situation rather than in a situation where you couldn't get out of it. So, yeah. Thought about train hopping? Yes. It seems like there's more to it. Like the idea of it, I'd be like, yes, maybe, but also, no. Would you still? You got it this time. Did 2 hours of pylons yesterday and doing 1 hour before the check ride. Excellent. Right. He was telling your 2-year, he was really bummed because you did so good. Right. Yeah. So that was good to hear. Right. So if anyone is listening, reading, if you haven't floated a bit before the check ride, take that one more flight. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But again, you did. You learned something. And that is the I'm still ticked about my instrument thing, but again, to some degree it was a good lesson to be learned. Yeah. Because spending $300 would have saved you $1,200. So, do you have to pay the whole thing again? So okay. I don't know if this was just this specific DP, but when I busted mine, he didn't make me do the whole thing. Oh, okay. Lesson learned. No, whisper. Okay, sounds good. All right, never mind. I'll move on from that then. But yes, definitely. Plus, here's the other thing. So my instructor, my current instructor, likes to give me crap about it, having busted my instrument check ride, because he didn't bust anything. And then he'll be like, well, yeah, see, the thing is it's good to have at least one bust, because otherwise the FAA gets suspicious and your interviewers get suspicious. So, yeah. Your roommate busted his instrument because he didn't click the red button for the PFD failure on G1000 because his instructor told him not to do it. And he busted on it. That would suck. So then what? I mean, that's its own thing then. Ooh, that would be unfortunate. Oh shoot, you won't be able to. Hang on, I have to make this a little bit bigger. There. That would be entirely unfortunate. Well, and that's the other thing is different people have different thoughts and opinions about certain things. And if it's something, yeah, at that point it's the DP's prerogative. So, that would suck. Pepper was being a bully today. Why was he being a bully? Tisk Pepper. All right, we're almost done, kind of, I think, ish. ADSB out. So, other thing that we need to talk about for equipment is ADSB out. It is required in Alpha Airspace, regardless. It is required in the Bravo and Charlie, the Bravo and Charlie airspace up to 10,000 feet MSL, and the mode CVAL is, and yes, and within the mode CVAL, which is 30 nautical miles from the primary airport of the Bravo, up to 10,000 feet MSL. It is also required in Echo at and above 10,000 feet MSL. What did I mean by that? I'm sure I'll understand once I see it. Hang on. Oh, yes. As long as it is required in Echo at and above 10,000 feet MSL, as long as it is less than or equal to? Oh, X means it is not. It is not necessary. Less than or equal to 2,500 feet AGL. I'm going to have to redo that symbology. It is also required in the Gulf of Mexico at 12 nautical miles off the coast and greater than or equal to 3,000 feet AGL. Our speeds for our airspaces are below 10,000 feet MSL. It is 250 knots indicated airspeed. At and above 10,000 feet MSL, Mach 1 is the limit. And if we go back to, where is it? Our 10,000 feet, where our VFR cloud clearance and visibility requirements are, they get greater, they increase above 10,000 feet. That is why, because you have faster aircraft or faster speed limit, so you need more time and space to be able to react. 200 knots indicated airspeed for our airspeed limit is under the Bravo shelves and within VFR corridors in class Bravo airspace. So not within Bravo itself, but underneath any Bravo. And then 200 knots indicated airspeed also in Charlie and Delta airspace, 4 nautical miles from the primary airport, and less than and equal to 2,500 feet AGL. You're too tired to learn anything. You're being good. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're very tired, but also not. I hope you're going to get some sleep. Trying to be macho chihuahua at the dog park getting bossy. And how'd that go? At least you can just tell your interviewer you just sucked at that maneuver and was naive to not get an extra flight, making it 30 days since you've done it. Right, exactly. You get a perfect story for it. But yes, as bummed as it's your first bus, right, it's hardest one, and it wasn't your fault, but your decisions that caused it. And you know what that is? That's like very similar to how mine was as well, I guess, because I don't know. Did you hear my story of my bust? Where I was supposed to be taking my test on a Tuesday, and on that Monday, I was on my way to the airport to go do some final stuff, and my DPE contacted me, and he's like, "All right, I'm here, but no rush on the Monday." And I said, "You said Tuesday." And he said, "Oh, well then." And I talked to my instructor, and like I went over it, and I was like, okay, if I was going to be ready tomorrow, I should be ready today. So I decided to go. I hadn't prepared the way that I would have if I had gone the next day. Like, I didn't have any of my snacks with. I had to bum some off of my DPE. I was like, I got nervous because it was just such sort of a shock. But I was like, you know what? I can do it. And then, yeah, it was just, it went, and then it didn't. So, and I go back to that, and I'm like, I definitely could have made a different decision there. Like, not gone. Was that a get there-itis sort of a thing? Or I don't know. And I totally get that about it being like, I don't know. I beat myself up a lot about that because that was a decision that I made, and that's what happened. So, yeah. Would have said it in Discord, but wanted to talk about it too. Okay, sounds good. And I was going to contact you, but I figured, I figured that you would get in touch. So I am glad that you did. Sorry that it didn't quite work out the way that you wanted it to, but it will. It'll be over soon. You're gonna get it done. And again, I understand how it is. I personally understand how it is. So, looking forward to the, yes, congratulatory once it's actually done. So, that's the thing. All you have to do now is get it out of the way. So, yeah. And yes, good luck again. It'll go fine this time. But yeah, so have you done the practice again, or are you doing that closer to the day? And then TFR. Yes, so TFRs are not charted. You hear about those via NOTAM. If you have ForeFlight, they show up if you have the little thing checked. They are for disasters and or hazards, presidential / VIP situations, space operations, as well as air shows and sport situations. Yeah, so what they do is they protect the surface and the airspace above from pilots, as well as pilots from whatever's happening on the surface or coming into the airspace. And that is why they are temporary. That's why they're not charted. And then we can go look at our sectional. Yeah, I think I guess we'll just use this here because yeah, that works out perfectly. Say it again. Have you done the practice again since, or are you going to do it this week? And Disneyland, yes. Well, and then also isn't like, where is it? Yeah, isn't over DC? It's like a permanent flight restriction. It's like at that point, it's not a TFR anymore. But okay. Disney World. Re-endorsed already. Okay, sounds good. So bad spelling. What did I say? I'm sorry. Oh, can't see my map. I'm sorry. But awesome. So yes. So you've gotten it all taken care of, and now you'll be able to just relax on Thursday. Give yourself some time. Where is the web? And just be all bright and shiny and bushy-tailed for Friday. And yes, looking forward to hearing about it again. Yeah. So alpha is not depicted because it's IFR. This is a VFR chart, and it's just 18,000 feet to 60,000 feet. Oh shoot, the other thing. Sorry. This. Haha. I was supposed to show this. So we have our airspace classification. So Class A, again, 18,000 feet MSL. So this is what it looks like from the side. So yeah, so you got your class Golf. You got your class Golf up to 700 feet, up to 1,200 feet. We'll go over that on the map on the sectional chart. Class Bravo, that's your like upside down wedding cake where the airspace is more protected further up as planes are flying, coming in for landing and going up for departures. Class Charlie, slightly less of a wedding cake. And then Delta is a cylinder. So, and then Class Echo is all the other things. So, yes. So Bravo, we can look at specifically. So from here, it's. Sorry, hang on. I need the legend. How do I look at the legend again? This one? Yes. There. Okay. So when you look at your legend, here we have our Class Bravo airspace, the thick blue line that we saw over there. Class Charlie is the thick magenta line that we saw right nearby it. Class Delta is this dashed blue line. And then in that Class Delta, it will show this little box. That is the ceiling of Delta in MSL. And as we said, it was 2,500 feet AGL typically. So it should be 40 in thousands, 4,000, or sorry, in hundreds of feet. 4,000 minus 2,500 should give us the elevation, right? Or 2,500 plus the elevation should give us around this number. Class Echo at the surface And then we have this, which we don't see a whole lot of. And then Class Echo Airspace with floor at 700 feet above the surface. And then Class Echo at 1,200 feet. And that one is technically all the way around the United States. So any airspace that you don't see any depictions, any indications of anything else, you can likely assume that it is Gulf airspace from the surface to 1,200 feet, and then from there, Echo from 1,200 feet. Yeah, so like in here, that's Gulf airspace up to 1,200 feet, and then Echo up to 18,000 feet, and then it's Alpha. So then, yeah, so we have our Bravo, our thick blue line, have our airport here. We have our surface to the ceiling. Sorry, floor to ceiling, which is surface to 7,000 feet. Then we have our next boom shelf. Starts at 2,000 feet, goes up to 7,000 feet as well. Out to the next shelf, 3,000 to 7,000. We have our Charlie over here. So we have our surface to 4,300 feet. And again, that's about 4,000 feet. So 266 plus 4,000 is 4,300 feet MSL. And then we have 2,500 feet, 4,300. Yep. And then mode C veil, that's that there. Delta we have here. So again, take your elevation. Where's the thing? 148 plus 2,500 is about 2,600. Then we have our Gulf up to 700, and then Echo above, Echo at the surface. Yeah, and then I had a couple of other things. Oh yeah. So this is, so Delta is typically 4 nautical mile radius. Charlie is typically 5 nautical mile radius, and then this shelf brings it out to 10 nautical miles. And then there is a non-regulatory outer area, which is not depicted, which starts at about 20 nautical miles. Did that. And then, yeah, the magenta gradient and then the dashes is protecting IFR traffic from VFR traffic. So you can kind of assume that the ones that are surrounded with this kind of stuff have instrument approaches. And my instructor told me some specifics. Like I think the surface level ones, those have like the precision approaches, whereas these are non-precision approaches. I could be wrong on that. But yeah. And yeah, the extensions have particular approaches for the corresponding runway. Kind of interesting how Class Alpha goes right up to the altitudes where blood starts to boil, almost like saying you're on your own after that. I think it's funny because like at 60,000 feet, you're back at Echo airspace. So like, yes, also that. What up? How is it going? It is not correct. The surface level extensions, I may have misunderstood then. So like, okay, so looking at this one is I'll look more into that. I'm sorry. Hello, how's it going? Thank you. Deputy Dog, how's it going? How was your stream? What were you doing? Oh God, how am I saying it? It is November. It is Turkey Month. I'm trying to figure out if I could say it like a turkey. How would one say it like a turkey? What are we not learning tonight? We're not learning national airspace stuff. Clearly, because yes, I need to refresh. Oh, and then we have. Oh, wait, sorry. I have to. Okay. If I just say it normally and then do a turkey gobble, will that suffice? Oh, but that's inappropriate. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try. Oh God. All right. I hope that I can do it sufficiently. So, okay, so am I saying it we like it style or we like it doggy style and then gobble gobble? Because I'm not sure I'll be able to recover from the gobble gobble to say style, but we could try. A lot of airports with ILS that don't have the echo service areas. Okay, sounds good. And it definitely could have been just like a thing that like I misunderstood what he was saying. So, okay. Maybe there's a localizer. Well, okay, and so that I guess that would be my question then too, because if they have like an RNAV that could be that go down that far as well, then why wouldn't they as well? So yeah. Okay. Okay, all right. I will try to do it that way because that okay, all right. I'm ready. I'm not ready. But are you ready? You're not ready. I'm not ready. Okay. I have to do a little practice gobble. Why do I do these things to myself? I shouldn't say these ideas out loud. We like it style. Did that even come through? I feel like it just. I've heard sometimes when I shriek loudly when I'm laughing, it doesn't quite come through. So did that actually come through, or was it just silence and me going? Mwah? I hope it was sufficient. I didn't want to hold it out too long. You say a Speedway gas station on the map? What? Oh, did it? Where? As a visual thing? The practice gobble, yes, it was necessary. It was good. Excellent. I'm glad. Oh, yes. Happy Turkey Month. So glad you're wearing headphones right now. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take that. Oh, God. So, anyway, happy you're here. Special use airspaces. We have our blue and magenta things. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen and I just shamed myself. We have our prohibited, restricted, and warning areas in our little blue cone. And then we have our alert areas, military operation areas with our little red cone. And in order to check to see if they are active, they have frequencies and times and stuff like that over here. Yes. Yeah. So you can look on here at the number, altitude, got your P's. So your prohibited is going to be the P dash and then numbers are dash and the numbers. Yep, all those like that. It's going to show you the altitude, when it's going to be in use. Again, if it isn't in use, still check to see whether it is active or not. Controlling agency and contact facility and the frequencies. And so what those are going to look like is we had one over here somewhere. So we got our blue, red comb, magenta comb there. And then we have our, I guess I can show what it actually is. Lowville, MOA, Carthage, East, MOA. Oh, and then we got our restricted right here. R-5201, restricted. And you can find those on your sectional down there and check them. Yep. Yeah, the vertical boundaries, the schedule, the frequencies, plus it also shows which towers are part-time controlled over here as well. Yes, control tower. No, hang on. Yes? No. Yes. No. Operates. Yes, continuous. So, yes, some of the towers are part-time, so you check that, and they revert to Echo or Golf airspace when they are not operating. And then there's the where I think I looked at World VFR. Going to Chicago to show the other little bit. Our T's and the other thing. Oh yeah, the minus. Chicago. So you have surface to T. What does that mean? To the top of the above airspace. And then over here, this has a little minus for our delta. It is up to but not including 3,000 feet MSL for that airspace. And then I did not do Materza. I did not put that in my lesson plan, I guess, but I have a note on it. So Terza, I saw one over here. So Terza is this gray line here. So what that is it surrounds a delta, and it is regulatory delta operations, optional Charlie airspace operations. But when I say optional, it's a good thing to do. Contact them if you're going through. There it is, Terza, Sea Tower Frequency Tab. Contact them. Let them know what you're doing. And yeah, then everybody's happy. Yeah. Let's get in the plane. One of the things that you struggle with when it comes to maps is latitude and longitude. Like what? So we have this, let's find one that's not so busy, I guess. Well, so where are we going? Let me actually get all the things started while the thing is getting up and running. Do I need that? No, I don't need that. I need that, though. Wiggle, wiggle. Got it. I just want to... There's a little bat from last week. And there's our pumpkin. There's our spooky ghost. And there's our bat. That's not too bad. But anyway, sorry, moving on. Getting the sim up, figuring out where we are going. Couldn't explain this to your mom. It'd be easier to say you're watching stuff than try and add context to this. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm not sure how to respond. Oh gosh. Yeah though. It's a good time. It's a good time. You see rain on the satellite. Well. Do I have? Why don't... Oh, there it all is. Well, we will avoid the rain. Can't remember how many minutes each tick is. Okay. Well, so it's 60 minutes in an hour. But yes, I absolutely understand. I have to actually look at it to remember. But I want to say it's just... Come on, load. So it gets broken down logically. But then, so this is 10 minutes. I think is it just one? Come on, give me one that's like, okay. So so you got your long, thick one, thick line there. So 10, 20, and 30. Sorry, so that's 30. Hang on. Yes, correct? Hang on. Yeah, so 37's there. 36 is here. 10, 20, 30. So in between, you got your 30 minutes. And then it's, I think it's just the one. So if that's 10, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Yeah? that make sense? Is that correct? Think of it this way. Yes, degrees are hours. 60 minutes per hour. 60 minutes per degree. Right. Yes. Yeah. So that was correct, right? So yeah, so from the 36, there's no big large number here. So that's 36 and 36 and 30 minutes. 36 degrees 30 minutes. And then it goes to the 37. So it's just, yeah, 1 minute, one minute per tick. Here's a question. How much distance per minute? I looked like I had that question once and I don't think I ever answered it for myself or like actually got to the point of getting the answer. So I will refrain from attempting to answer. Well, hang on. Where's our scale? We don't have one. Shoot. However long that is. Oh, hang on. Wait. I can figure this out. Let me just find. I just need it to be perfectly. Use the ruler. Yes, that exactly. Well, and that was my other thing too is so what speed? Hang on. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so what speed for the minutes? Okay, I need like this one maybe, kind of. Okay, so this one is at this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 4, or this is 5. Hang on. Yeah, typically 5 miles. And that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So a mile a minute? I mean, that would be kind of fair, I guess. That would be nice and round. Use the ruler. Yes. 1 kilometer. Kilometer? Nautical miles. America. Sorry. For latitude going north-south, it's 1 nautical. Yes, nailed it. For longitude, right. It varies because the meridians converge toward the poles. Right. I didn't think about that. But it makes sense. Well, we figured it out one way or the other and learned some things. So interesting though. But okay, so if it's okay. All right. So then it's basing it on 60 nautical miles. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Interesting. Okay. What are we doing today? Hello, how is it going? We're going to practice some stalls again. I'm not sure. I will try to do some of the flight flow still. But so the thing is, well, let's figure out where we're going and then I'll get into some things. Yes. I have some news-ish, not for me. Should you just go here? Boom, right in the middle. Ashes and dust and thirst there is, and pits. KPTS. Perfect. Because the PTS. We're doing it. It's happening. Whoa. Release notes. Oh God. There's support and release notes, which why? What, did I accidentally click on something or? Okay. All right. We're good. Never mind. Sorry. Keep changes. Oh, and I guess I can put this Up. Noom. I did apply. Oh, and we have the little witch. So cute. Alas, we must change. 152. Logistics with the pants. And my livery. Perfect. Amazing. Kaputs. Kaputs. Oops. Not starting on the runway. Departure. But yes, okay. Too bad you have to unlearn this. No. Oh, right. No, now you just know where to go potentially maybe for it sets you on a path to make research decisions. Oh no, I have left my iPad elsewhere. Hang on. Ugh. Oof. Remember, the section is a Lambert conformal conic projection. You're talking about that thing, right? Yeah. I will attempt to remember that description of it, and I will forget. Why was there a thing? Why are there things? Oh. Do I have to like go in and Vlad Dracul? Sorry. Cut out of a globe, right? Yes. Lambert conformal conic projection. Oh God, no, go away. I don't want any. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No, why? True to life. Apply and save. Go away. Okay. Are we good? Is this okay? We good? Yes. Okay. So my instructor got the job that he wanted last week. Eee! So that was fun. But the thing is it is much more likely than that we're having basically our last lesson while before he goes to training this week. So what we're doing is we are going to be doing the oh, sorry, hang on. I will check the things. Oh, yes, because I forgot to. Gosh darn it. I always forget the dang sound. I'm sorry. There. All right. Are we good now? Sorry. So, yes. So that's what we're going to be doing this week is we are going to be doing the things that I need to make sure that I can do on my own and without breaking anything, including myself. So, we're going to be practicing the stalls again this week because basically it's the cross-controlled stall, the accelerated stall, and then making sure I'm good on the other two, the power off, power on. Yeah, that should be fine. We also should be doing the spins for my endorsement then in the 150, so that should be fun. I need to center my thing. So so basically just getting me set up so that and since he's going to be gone, then my original instructor, number one instructor, said that he would be available to sign me off for stuff. So I don't so I'm going to start flying on my own, practicing more of that stuff, working on getting the FOI stuff done this week so that then I can start revamping my lesson plans. And then, practicing all the things now. Now it's just getting all the flows down and polishing and stuff, which is awesome and nerve-wracking. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. So I am not anticipating that check ride is going to be anytime before the new year, but we'll find out. So anyway, long-winded explanation to say we're going to be working on the flows of the stalls today so that I am good to go for our final lesson this week. Oh, I have to check the things. Checking the circuit breakers first. Good. Okay. All right. Okay. Take a picture of the hobs and the tack. And then battery goes on. Pitot heat, nav lights. We don't have a strobe light. Beacon, taxi light, landing light. Hello, how's it going? Good to see you. How are you? We are just getting into our pre-flight, which I always forget that I should do while the sun is not up because sometimes I cannot see in the sim. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Grasp the pitot tube. So, like, okay, here's the thing. Couple of stories about that there pitot tube. So, when I first started checking the pitot heat in my home aircraft, it took a little bit for it to warm up. So I would test it and then I couldn't feel it, and so then I would sit there and I would hold on to it, and then I would don't take any of this out of context. And and then I would have to go sit in there. I would wait, and then I would go back out, and then I would check it again, and then it was like, okay, I feel it now. The pitot heat. So I started. My way of checking the pitot heat is just full on. Grab the pitot tube gently, and I did that. I guess my instructor had not seen me do that before in any of my pre-flights, and he definitely gave me crap about it. The other thing is when I flew the Comanche for my complex training, I went and I did that. Apparently some pitot tubes heat up better than others. That did not feel so good. I have a light on. Oh, God. Do I have a light? Oh, yes, I do. Thank you. I hope so. They were all tested and good. Taking literally this out of context. None of you would ever take anything out of context. That was perfect. One right after the other. It was. I can't remember the exact words that my instructor used, but he's like, yeah, that was a very... It was a very choice word. But anyway, yes, that is how I check pitot tubes, because for the love of everything, it does not it does not I can't tell otherwise unless I'm like, okay, sitting there and never mind. Anyway, off the pitot tube rant because it just sounds terrible. Checking the static port and our vents, pitot tube, drain hole, fuel vent, stall horn. Check the tire, drain a little bit of fuel from this wing, tilt it so that any little bubbles come out of hiding. Check for sediment, make sure it's a nice blue color. Give it a sniff for good luck. Check the connections on the flap. Wiggle the rod a bit. Check the connections on the aileron. Wiggle that rod a little bit. Check the elevator, those connections, and the rudder. Trim tab connections. And then, chicken, you can do the other side. You have passed with flying colors. Oh, checking the oil. Because we can do that. Oop, Yep, we're good. 6.2. We typically keep it at 4 3/4. Drain a little bit of fuel from there. Leading edge of the propeller for nicks or, yeah, particular cracks. Particular nicks and cracks in general. If you have an alternator belt, check that tension. Exhaust port, make sure there's little to no give there. Air intake, make sure that's clear. And check about this distance, this size. This much clearance for the nose wheel. Words are hard. Oh. Yeah, we did that. Chicken did that. Excellent. So we did the thing. Fuel is on. Not on both, just on. Fuel is on. Trim for takeoff. Circuit breakers. But-a-la-la-la-la. No talking during takeoff and landing. Seatbelts on at all times. Exit out the doors to the left and right. For now, make sure they are shut and locked. If we lose power on the rollout, we will stop on the runway. If it is after takeoff and below 1,000 feet, we will land straight ahead. If it is above 1,000 feet, we will consider turning around to land back on the runway. Okay, so avionics are off. Autopilot is irrelevant. Carb heats out. Beacon goes on. Prime it. Noom. Noom. Mixture goes full rich. Throttle goes slight. Brakes are set. Clear left. Clear right. Clear ahead. Clear back. Clear prop. Noom. Boop and boop and boop boop. Oh, yeah. Hand on the throttle. Keeping it above 1,000, but not too much. Avionics. Boom. Flaps go up. Oh, wrong button. Every time. Does a thing. Me tar. Kaputs. Kilo Papa Tango Sierra, the 8th at 0435 Zulu. Oh my gosh, by the way, I completely forgot. We had a clock switch. So I am not on the same time that I usually am. I am technically, but not for other people who did not have a clock switch. And I'm sorry about that. Completely forgot about it. Does math. I think that is the most. Hang on. Okay, so. Yes, that is the most recent. Automated. Hang on. 200 degrees, 10 knots, gusting 19 knots. Oh, that'll be fun. 10 statute miles, clear of clouds, 21 degrees Celsius for our temperature, 16 degrees for our dew point. Altimeter 2972 remarks AO2 differentiates precipitation. Temperature 21.1 degrees Celsius. Dew point 15.5 degrees Celsius. Pewino. Oh god. Wind. No. Hang on. I'm peak wind. Peak wind. No information. I believe is what that is. I could be wrong. So it is a little bit. It's a little bit gusty. What is? I should probably get this ready. Yes. Where am I? We are over here. Okay. Oh, what is that? Obstacle lights unserviceable. Over the wind turbine farm nearby us. Kapits. Best wind is runway 22. Okay. We'll probably do runway 22. Ooh, that means we have to taxi a bunch, though. It's probably fine. We should probably do that anyway. Oh, are there no taxiways? That can't be correct. Hang on. We will be back taxiing, I guess. Shoot, precipitation identifier not available. So what does, gosh darn it. Hang on. So why is it Pawin? Precipitation something is not available? Why is it a W? I like it. Why no? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, okay, so its remarks AO2 differentiates precipitation, but the precipitation identifier is not available, so that part is not functioning. Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Should probably read up on all of the those things. 2972. And does that jive? 930 something. 946. Yes. And hang on. It's a bit under, but not too much. Okay. You don't know why, PY. Okay, okay. Okay, sounds good. It's gonna bug me, but that's okay. Because I'm trying to remember what the other ones are. There's other fun ones to say, like Pawino. I can't remember what they are, though. Oh, I keep on freaking... Oops. There. So we're, back taxi 22, and I guess we'll just go south and westerly. South and westerly. Okay, we'll try to turn this way since you're in the way there, but my rudders can't be under my gosh darn. All right. All right, so we're gonna taxi down this way, and then we have to back taxi on 22. There are run-up areas at the end, so oops, so we shall do them there. Do our run-up there. Ducky's having a wonderful time. Checking the things.
Approaching runway 04.
Thank you, Preflight. All right, so we clear.
Approaching runway
and
04.
Clear, and we where are we? Pittsburg traffic. Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1. Back taxi 22. Pittsburg. Oh, I should probably turn those off for now.
Entered runway 04. 3,000 feet.
Is it strange that they don't have taxiways when they have really nice crossing runways? feel like that would be something that you would add in. But that's okay. Oh, okay. Middle of the road. Gentle. Checking our things. Well, there's a something.
Approaching runway 1735. Entered runway 1735.
Oops. Rudder. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Completely normal? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, any of the ones that I've gone to where it's, I don't know. I don't like a nicer where it's, yeah, again, crossing runways. It's well kept, the runways. We've all had taxiways. Alas. I feel like the more frequented ones, I guess, maybe is more what it was. Oh, it was an army airfield in World War II. But when, I don't know, when they want to add them in there. But cool, okay. Fair enough. Gotcha. Okay. Technically I should be the other direction, I think. Just never added a parallel after it became civil. Oh. Okay. The small town USA. Okay, fair. I'm gonna have to do some sectional checking then. Cause yeah. Maybe it's probably just a misunderstanding I have, I guess. I kind of appreciate the layout of this. It's very angular. Run up. So we do the things. We keep our power up gently. Fuel is on, trim for takeoff. Flight controls are up mine. Watching this. Come back in a square. Up yours. And bring it back again. Up ours. Have to come up with something different. Gosh darn it. We turn our lights on too. Landing light. Checking all of the things. Boop-a-doop. Then we do the thing. Oh, so I don't know if I mentioned. I did. Hang on, I'll do this quick and then. Car peak goes out. Good. Mag 1, watch out drop. And back. Watch out drop. And back. And meter. Vacuum. Oil pressure. Temperature. Boom. The triangular runway thing makes it difficult. Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. It couldn't just go across. It does. I don't know. Like, to me, it just. To me, that this I don't know. Having the crossing, concrete or whatever, hard surface runways, and having to back taxi on one of them. Like that sort of a runway makes it seem like a busy one, and then it would make me nervous to have to back taxi. But it would be that you just, yeah, something you got to do. I will have to look. I assume that's just a misunderstanding that I have, and I just need to get out more, I guess. Okay, so now we do our 360. We have 4,000 feet of runway. If we're not off by the 1,000 footers, we should be able to be off by 1,000 footers. So if we are not, we will stop on the runway. Or if we don't have airspeed and all the things by 1,000 feet, we will stop on the remaining runway. Rotate at 65. I think this one is 55. Climb at least at 75 or nose just below the horizons. We can also still scan for traffic up to 2,000 feet. We're just gonna fly straight out. Wind was 2 something 0 0 1 currently 190, so 30 degrees that way. So we'll have a left crosswind, or slightly lefterly headwind, because that's a word. And yeah, if we lose power after takeoff and we have runway remaining, we will stop on the remaining runway. If we do not have any runway remaining and we are below 1,000 feet, we will land straight ahead within 30 degrees. If it is above 1,000 feet, we will consider coming back to land on the runway. And since we have 2 runways, that might be helpful. They go like that. We go like, yeah. They deleted the east, west runway and extended 1735 in the mid-2000s. Oh, interesting. Okay. Look at Waterloo and Mason City, Iowa, for interesting taxiway layouts. Kind of sort of overcome this, but again, very common in the old World War II airports and rural. Oh, okay. So Waterloo. Not that. Kaputs. And then Waterloo. Oops. Ew! Okay, hang on. I want to put that up because that's interesting looking. There's nobody behind us in the run-up area, so we're good. Okay. Could bring the primer back a little bit. But like, so like, why couldn't it? Hello. Thank you for the follow. Zero cool. Appreciate you being here. We will be getting in the air. This is like, okay, so why couldn't it just go straight? And like, why couldn't this just go straight? Like, what is why? Wouldn't it be more money to make it? Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Okay, all right. Even Dubuque is kind of a mess. That's so. Oh shoot. Like. It builds character, I guess. What am I doing? Yes, this. Probably. Oh, added when the runway was extended. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, I do. Like, I assume that there is a normal reason for. Oh, that is cool. Okay. Nice. Okay. And the far one might give a little more. Oh, clearance for an ILS. Oh, critical area. Okay. See, it does. Right away, it seems kind of strange and funny, but there are proper reasons for it. So very cool. Thank you. Okay, I will stop complaining about back taxiing on a runway, even though I do that all the time. It's just, I don't know. It's a long runway. Okay, so Atkinson or Pittsburg traffic. Oh, I get, yeah. Yes. Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1. Departing 2-2, straight out. Pittsburg. Checks. I guess I could just check. Okay. All right. We are greens. Goot.
Entered runway 22, 3,900 feet remaining.
Thank you, Preflight. Not leaning for the love. Okay. Good. Wind correction and hoping for the best. Surprisingly, one of my smoother takeoffs. For now, I guess. Alright, so now I bring our nose down so we can scan for our traffic. And then at about 700 feet, 600 feet AGL, we will do our check. Keep that nose coming, not coming down, but just down-ish. Oops. We're getting a little bit blown to the side. Remember, all these airports are evolutionary Frankenstein's monsters. I love that. Am I getting, like, actually blown, like, back towards the runway? Am I gonna even be able to... Rawr. Ground speed is 0. I feel like there's a pun in there somewhere. Frankenport. There we go. Oh, so we checked our stuff. Green. We can turn our... Nah, we'll leave it on for a little bit. We will get up to... We'll just go 4,000. And we will do our practice stalls. Again, because I'm going to get this. I'm going to get it uncoordinated, and I am going to get it accelerated, and it's gonna be great. Because yeah, I think that's the only thing. Those are the only things that I'm like still somewhat nervous about doing by myself. But I also feel like I'm kind of not nervous anymore about them. I just feel like I should be, because I haven't done them myself. I don't know if that makes sense. Portmanteau, Frankenportmanteau. I like it. I am actually sad that we didn't get to read Frankenstein this year. But I wasn't sure how much it was going to be all that actual spooky, or if I was just going to be adding another somewhat textbookish text to what I am reading currently. But we shall see. Potentially next year. We'll see what happens. Because I'm reading the FOI right now, and I've been enjoying it, and it's been interesting because the text that I chose to read just for personal interest is C.S. Lewis's The Allegory of Love. Hello, how are you doing? We are getting up to altitude, and we're going to do some stalls. So as we're getting up to altitude, so I have a lot of C.S. Lewis that I have to read, and I've read some of his stuff, some of his more philosophical academic texts, but they were kind of like light philosophy, where it was just kind of how do I explain it? It wasn't too in depth, and it was in my wheelhouse, where it's just kind of like I could let my brain play a little bit when not reading textbook. So it turns out that the Allegory of Love, it was so unassuming. It's thick. It's a big book and thick, so I should have noticed. But it just was unassuming. Just had a little pretty rose on the cover. But no, it turns out it is an academic analysis of how the Romantic genre infused European literature in the 11th century. I was not expecting that, and I didn't. I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't need that right now. I don't need more textbooks to read. Alas, there were some good stuff though. Like, he's talking about allegories, and it actually kind of ties in to the FOI stuff about symbolism and how, in order to break down and explain more abstract concepts, you utilize more concrete symbols to transfer that understanding. So I found that kind of amusing and coincidental, but also it takes me like an hour to read 5 pages because it's very dense. And plus, he likes to throw a lot of French and Italian and Latin and even Greek in there, to a point where I like language, so I am able to some degree, look at certain languages and be like, all right, I can kind of, based on the context, understand what this means. I can't do that. I have to Google it. And for some reason, usually when you Google quotes, it'll bring up the translation right away. No, I have to type the whole thing in. And Google Translate on mobile is questionable. So, yes. Anyway, we're at altitude. Let us do stalls. Cross-controlled is my frickin' nemesis, so that's what we're doing first. All right. We are... Where are we? Oh, God. Where am I? There we are. So we're gonna... Whoa. So... This is why we make sure we are scanning, we check, and then we check back, make sure that we are where we would like to be, and not doing what we just did. So we are on our southerly heading. We will, before we do anything, we will do our clearing turns. So we will do maintaining our altitude. I'm not going to care too much about the altitude because I, for some reason, am incapable of maintaining altitude in this aircraft. So 90 degrees, going to our east, checking, scanning. Nice. All right, all right, all right. Boom. And then we check out we lift our other wing and we check out that away. The other thing I have to work on is steep turns, because my right ones are disastrous. Because it is still a right seat thing. I'm getting better. I was able to, I went and flew my home airplane last week, and I did the run up and everything in the right seat, and then I swapped to the left seat to go drop something off at a different airport. And then I came back and I switched to the right seat and did my right seat solo in that aircraft. And that was nice. And I also had the moment when I was doing the run up and stuff before I started that, where I did I tried to reach for before I started, I was gonna fly left seat. But before I started that, I did this thing where I reached for the right controls. And my instructor said, once you do that, we're going to get you to that point where you start reaching for the right seat controls rather than the left seat controls. And it happened. So now it's just polishing time. Hey, yo! How is it going? I hope well. It's good to see you. We have completed our clearing turns, and now we shall attempt. We'll ease into it. We will do our power off stall first. So we're going to bring it down 1900. Bring that carb heat out, maintaining our altitude with our yoke. So I guess we'll let it come down a little bit since we're already a little bit high. But yeah, so I still have a visual thing when it comes to the right seat. But I just need more practice. And now that my instructor is going to be off to training pretty quick here, I'm probably going to start flying my home airplane once a week, and then the airplane that at my instructor's home airport, the one that I'm going to be doing my check ride in, once a week. That's kind of the plan. So yeah, getting more time in is definitely going to help. Ripping around the Bahamas tomorrow in the Baron 58 should be a good time. That does sound like a great time. Is that just for fun or what? Or is that part of the gig? That sounds awesome. Okay, so then we power off 500, or already 500 feet per minute. So bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. Gentle like, but firm. Don't take that out of context. Oh, so that is there. I still have an issue. Like, that was a very chill stall. It wasn't too much of an abrupt stall, or too, I don't know how do it wasn't too aggressive of a stall. So for some reason and clean up the freaking aircraft. For some reason when it's not aggressive enough, I don't want to recover from it yet. So I need to get out of that, whatever that rut is. For a 135 gig, is it new? Are you just starting it? Or is that something you've done before? Do I normally pitch up that much? I would have to, I'm not sure. Now that you say that. Maybe. I don't know. So, okay. First indication for all of the stalls? Even the... So, okay, and that's the thing. So, for my commercial, it was first indication. I thought it was to the brake for the power off, and then it was first indication for the others. But what my DP had me do was first physical indication, so not the stall horn. It had to be buffering in the yoke. So I'm like, oh, good. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that. So I guess we'll try it again. So 1700 is what I'm supposed to be at. Let the speed bleed off, and then we bring it down 500 feet per minute, and then we're not quite on south, but see, my rudder. Ugh. To be honest, maybe. Wait, pitching up for recovery or pitching up during the entry to the stall? A gray area, excellent, amazing. Let's see that. That's what kind of bothered me, actually, because one of the reasons we flew for my commercial, I did a new aircraft because my home aircraft, because it has a STOL kit on it, the stall horn, you can't always hear it that well, especially when like the engine's running. Like when it's like full power on stall. So it was like, oh, we'll do this aircraft so that I can actually hear the stall horn. And then it was like, no, we're not using the stall horn. It's like I could have used my home airplane. But that's fine. It worked out, I guess. I need a lever for the carb heat so I don't have to keep clicking it. I guess I will say I have noticed if like pitching up for the entry, I always feel like I might be pitching up too much, but at the same time, if I don't pitch up enough, then it doesn't get to the stall. So like, I try not to pitch up too much, but then it's not getting me to the stall. If that makes sense. Establish a glide at my approach airspeed and gently put reference point just above the horizon and hold it until it stalls. Never learn to establish a particular rate of descent. So this is something that my instructor and I did talk about that we're probably going to have to go over again. I think what it was is in my private training, I had learned the 500 foot per minute descent. So like sort of kind of like the glide at the approach sort of thing. Hang on. It was yes. Hang on. In my private training, it was once you get to like 60, then you pitch down a little bit for your approach airspeed, and then you start pulling up. And then my current instructor, we had it was a 500 foot per minute descent. I think kind of the same thing, but not, I guess, a different thing. But then we talked about it again. Shoot. Hang on. I wrote it down for this exact purpose. I'll be right back. What? Oh no. I was writing while we were in the plane, so I'm not sure I can read this. Yeah, so descend. I have no idea what that says. I guess I'll have to ask. But it does say the approach airspeed thing, so I could just. This is why I need solid. I need solid things. But then again, I also need to just understand why we're doing it the way that we're doing it, and to be able to just do it without relying on. Okay, so power off, stall. We bring it back. We are on our approach, so bringing it back to 1900. Carb heat should bring it down to 1700. Below 100, notch of flaps. Below 90, another notch of flaps. Pitching for airspeed. Oops, sorry. Holding our altitude with our yoke. Once we get there, power out. Oh, and then it's just kind of like let it descend sort of a thing and then start pitching up. Maybe. And yeah, and that was the other thing too, like just holding it above the horizon. But then it didn't seem to want to stall. Well, that's a break, so. What, like it is, when it's gentle like that, it makes me feel like I shouldn't be recovering at that point. But it is. It is a loss of lift. It indicated a loss of lift. Rationale is not really teaching students to look at the VSI during approach. Right, yes. I will. I'll have to talk to him about that again. We did talk about it, and it's just... There's just so much. Looking at airspeed, and that's about it. Everything else is outside reference. Right, since this maneuver simulates a stall during approach, what we're trying to do. Right, right. I think it was. I think it was more of like a, once the power goes out, and I could be wrong, if you just hold the yoke where it is, like without that power, it's going to start descending a little bit. And yeah. I'll figure it out at some point. Power on stall. So we bring it back to 1700 like we had carb heat in to slow it down. Hold our altitude. And then we pitching up a little bit. First indication. Waiting for, there it is, recover. Gently. We're gonna try that one again. If I think of it that way, there's a lot less rote stuff to think about. Right, set up for landing, then do something dumb, like flare 100 feet above the runway, and it will stall. Right. And that's the thing. I think that's a big part of why I can't seem to get the cross-controlled thing. Because when he had me think of it as, like, trying not to bank, like, that was probably the best cross-controlled stall that I did. But yeah, trying to just kind of like go through the pieces. And that's what I do. I do end up getting stuck on the little pieces. Yes, the overshooting. Yeah, the overshooting and using the rudder and doing that thing. It did. When I actually got that mentally, it did. Oh. We're going up to 5,000 now. It did actually help. No, just kidding. We're going to go to 4,500. But I end up going through it piece by piece by piece by piece. And it does. It's questionable. You're back from setting your long haul up? Like a flight? Overbank tendency on a steep overshooting skidding turn. Right. Or simply trying to roll out of the same turn. Right. See. And this is why I do. I need to fly a little bit more, and I need to do the things, because I am still definitely in just like the book phase, you know? And I'm still working on the how it all connects sort of a thing, which is a fun place to be. So yeah. Hello! Just looking around and thinking, you received way too much instruction today. Where can you go for non-instruction? And you saw the Twitch email and you had to come join. Well, excellent. I am glad that you could and not learn a single thing. How is it going? How are you? Yes, going Seattle to Brazil sounds amazing. So why Seattle to Brazil? Like a 12 to 13 hour flight. You're hand flying the whole thing, right? No autopilot, nothing. How is everything? We are working on it. We're gonna try the power on stall again. And And again, I think that's why I'm still a little bit nervous. I know that I can recover from the things. I'm not scared of stalls in any way, but just the fact that I still haven't, I'm still stuck in like the trying to piece it out sort of a thing, that phase-ish. Yeah, yeah, I haven't gotten it yet to a point where I just, all right, this is what we're doing. We just boom, boom, boom the things, and then yeah. So yeah. So it's going. Power on stall. You are prepping for tomorrow. Yes, excellent. I might. Oh shoot, I might not be able to make tomorrow. I hope I can, but it. Continuing the roads less traveled. Are there very many interesting things? Can you? Are there any previews? Or no? Is it hush hush? Of course you're doing. Okay. Of course you're doing autopilot. You're planning on sleeping the whole flight. Fair enough. Oregon coast is awesome. Lots of things. Excellent. Nice. Oh, that will be fun. $17. Not doing that. Well, I do. I feel like that there are a variety of things, like even just that. Like I would do it at 1900. I'm trying to remember. So like my instructor had me doing it to like 1700 is, hang on. So we get down to 1900, a beam, and then we go through the things, and yeah. So at some point we were at, my instructor was having me do 1700, and I wasn't quite sure why. And we realized it was because 1900, you set it to that, you pull out carb heat, and that brings it down to 1700. So that makes sense. So when on the power on stall, I go to 1700 instead of 1900 because I'm taking care of the carb heat that we don't put in for the power on stall, if that makes sense. So it's things like that where my brain just wants to I don't know. My brain needs to know the why and remember all the things specifically, and yeah, I don't know. You really were dealing with too much instruction, information overload on MOSFETs and transistors. Building your home cockpit takes you in all kinds of learning directions. I bet, but is it going well, I hope? How would I teach a stall in a bank? Very carefully. So, okay, and so again, disclaimer, I'm going to be working on my flight flows a lot more coming up. Yeah. So I can try. But like, so like it'd be like 1900, right? And then we do the carb heat, and then we do the thing below 100, below 90. Oops. Holding that altitude with back pressure, and we'll pretend but we're going to do our bank. See, yeah, I don't have the flow yet. Power off, stall. So we're turning and we're back pressuring, and then we're recovering at the first indication. Yeah, so we're gonna get the maneuvers down. We're gonna get the maneuvers down, my instructor and I, and then I'm going to practice the flight flows on my own. Because I haven't quite gotten the hang of doing the flight flows with someone who actually knows stuff. It feels weird. Why first indication? Because we don't want to get into an accelerate. Hang on. Because we don't want to get into a spin. Red carb heat as crab heat, and thought about overcooked crab and how much that makes it hard to get the meat out. Is your brain a little overcooked at this point? Definitely brain fried. That's perfect. What would cause the spin in that situation? The horizontal component of lift. Because hang on. So, because they'll both stall, right? Wait, was my... Hang on. Wait, not that. Not what? Not that. Oh, the horizontal component of lift. Oops. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Because the one is... if it's in... Hang on. The one is more stalled than the other. So then it will, yeah, do the things. My instructor and I are doing spins this week. So we'll be going over spins more in a practical sense. Your super bad flying skills causes that to happen. Because of the wonderful things he does. Because the angle of attack of the one is greater, because this, hang on. Yeah, no, hang on. Because we're going like this. So then the angle of attack is greater on, hang on. Spins this week, blech. I'm excited. I did spins. Hello, how's it going, by the way? I did spins 2 weeks ago as well, with someone who was not my instructor, but they were so much fun. He's an insanely good pilot, and he just does them for fun. And my instructor is not looking forward to the spins, so that's why I went and did them with somebody else first, who actually enjoys them, and then I'm going to get my Chekhov, haha, Chekhov, plays and stuff, from my instructor, and we're gonna be doing it in 150, so that'll be interesting. Greater angle of attack, and therefore more stalled. And hang on, because I keep thinking it's going like so. So I am turning, and my relative wind is... So I guess my question would be, I first need to visualize where my relative wind actually is. And so isn't it... Oh, wait, hang on. Because this one, when we're going like that one keeps gaining lift. Oops, sorry, hang on. Whoops. Relative wind is like that. And then we're going like that. That. Angle of attack is like that. And then it's going like that. And if we stall like that, then that. Hang on. Was my answer incorrect in the beginning? It leading to a spin? Because, I mean, to some degree, does it have to, it has to do with coordination? Yes, maybe no? Still shocked spins aren't covered in PPL, but to be fair, when you were in school, it was only in part 141, not part 91. So that was actually something that I saw recently, and it wasn't the whole, or what somebody said it was, is that there were more fatal accidents in spin training than the actual spin training would offset for unintentional spins, if that makes sense. I don't know for sure. That was what I read. Haven't gotten to, oh gosh. Haven't gotten to what yet? Which part? There it is. Which? Coordination is a big one. But so, but again though, if I'm in a perfectly coordinated turn, and that's one of the things I'm thinking back to, like the written stuff when it talks about like the slips and the skids and the stuff like that. But I didn't actually go test that stuff in the plane or even in the sim. So that sort of practical application I haven't gotten to yet. You were shown spins in PPL, not tested, but you were shown, which is definitely fair. And I guess maybe if maybe you think about it, if you have a proper instructor for it, awesome. But now that instruction is like sort of right out of the gate, commercial pilot, go straight to your CFI, maybe that's not enough time and experience to expect proper spin instruction. What would cause a loss of coordination in a bank? Not having rudder coordination and or oh wait, hang on. Oops. So yeah, so not having rudder coordination. Speed. Other than improper use of the rudder. Gosh darn it. I will have me a good think. Only tested in CPL. Right. Improper speed for bank or something. Had to practice and demonstrate them in your Part 141 school, but you personally failed miserably on it during your check ride with a different instructor. But again, that's why we practice that, and that's why too. Like just doing, I felt pretty okay doing the spins. The first time I did them, like after that lesson, I was like, oh, these aren't actually that bad. Would I actually be like, would that transfer to an actual situation? I don't know. But why? Hint ailerons. So, yeah. One wing will have more drag. That sounds solid. Okay, so cause you're still hang on. That's like that, and that's like that. See, it's like all the pieces are there. mentally. They're just not put together yet. It's like we have it like that. That one has less drag. That one has more drag. So if we ended up stalling, remember this, oh right, the sim does not do overbank tendency well at all. Okay, right, okay, so, but if we were just in a tiny turn, and we got very, very slow, even that tiny turn, ooh, plus we have, I'm not sure. So like the lazy eights, right? So you have your tiny bit of bank, and you're pulling up, right? Right. And that's increasing the bank, right? So then the stalling, adding the stall in keeps throwing me. Overbanking. Stalling creates more lift. Overbanking tiny bank. If you're coordinated, ailerons are neutral. It might not spin, but we're closer to the critical angle, and we've got all these controls in, so the likelihood of a wing drop at minimum is a lot greater. Okay. Coordinated, ailerons are neutral. Wait. Oh, okay, sorry. So not in a turn. If you're coordinated and hang on. So if you're banking and ailerons are neutral, spin closer to the critical angle, and we've got all these controls. Or are you saying not in a turn then? Not correct. One wing generating lift and the other not. Both are generating much less lift. Then we might exacerbate the lift. Sorry. And then not correcting by removing higher angle of attack. In 152, really hard to spin unintentionally. Then we might exacerbate the likelihood of spin during recovery because why? Oh, because because you're increasing. See, okay, and you know what? That was, I think, one of my like questions that I had during the written, but I never asked it. Because if if you don't, what's the word? Do the wings. If you don't neutralize, level the wings, that angle of attack, hang on. And again, maybe I'm misunderstanding where the relative wind is. Because, like, if I'm like that, and when that increased that angle of attack. Doing your first checkout flight in the 172, the instructor was showing you can do steep turns at about 40 knots as long as you're coordinated. That sounds terrifying, and we might have to try that. While you're typing things, I'm going to try a cross-controlled stall. Maybe that will help. Understanding what not to do. Blew your mind. No, absolutely fair. Yeah, there were some things on the day that I did spins that my that pilot was showing me that I was surprised that aircraft could do. So yeah, so we're pretending we're gonna go uncoordinated. So down to 1700, holding our altitude. I have to get my rudders where I need them to be. Bring that back, bring that back, bring that back. Bring that up, bring that up, bring that up. And I'm looking out. We see we're getting too far from the and then we start turning, but we don't want to turn. We're just gonna go like that. Oh, there we go. Was I uncoordinated enough? I didn't see it. And then we recover. Coordinated flight means relative wind is not a factor unless there's a gust that upsets the aircraft. But like, okay. So like, even if, and I guess maybe this is just a misunderstanding that I have. Right, so you're in a turn, you are coordinated, so neither wing is at a greater angle of attack. Coordinated means wind is aligned with the aircraft. Right, but okay. Is a spin coordinated? Cause I guess maybe that's where I'm stuck. Cause that was the one thing where it's like the one wing is more stalled than the other because something about. And I guess I assumed it was because of greater angle of attack. Correct unless.
Last altitude only 3.8 miles.
We're gonna try the cross controlled again while you're typing. Holding our altitude, holding our altitude, holding our altitude. Oops, moving the mouse. Altitude, 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 altitude. Oops, 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 oops. Then we go like that, and then we're just gonna turn just a little bit. We see that thing out there. Oops, nope, 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 nope. And then we wanna get uncoordinated first. There it is. Oh, oh, recovery. So see, again, like I saw that I was somewhat coordinated, and then it stalled, and then I had to adjust, and then I almost spun the thing. Upset by the aileron. Okay, correct, unless upset by the aileron or turbulence or other improper control inputs. Upset by the aileron. Put it this way, a banked stall is much more likely to enter a spin because of the aggravation of all the things. Aileron, coordination, load factor, etc. Okay. Fair enough. But I will. I'm gonna have to go over that more. Cause yeah, I think I did have a general misunderstanding of things, and I think I put certain pieces together that didn't maybe quite go together. Cause of correcting for pitch but not bank and not adding. But put those improper things aside, it can do a bank stall without a spin. So I was incorrect from the beginning. Because your original question was, why recover at the first indication? It's just a lot more likely you won't. Put those things aside. Okay. So yeah, I think. Oh, big problem is recovery. So you recover at the first indication because if you get into, it's a lot more likely that you're gonna mess something up on the recovery if you let the full thing develop. Because if a wing drops, What is the student gonna do? Yank. Hang on, not yank. Push, hang on. Yes, no. Attempt to recover and do it incorrectly, potentially, maybe. Oh yeah, try to correct with aileron. Wing drops are gonna try to correct with aileron, and then stuff just gets hairy. That thing. See, it's those moments where it's like, oh yeah, there it is. Your gaze freeze, and oh god, oh no, I'm pressing things. Yeah, and ailerons screwed up because then it drag and stuff, and then uncoordination, and then spins, and yeah, all the things. Because we're going like that, and then we're deepening the stall. Yeah. Because we're going like that, and we are stalled, and then we go like that. Hang on. So this is like this, and then we go like that. So I'm going like that, and we're stalled, and then we go like that, and that just increases the drag. Oh, and then it increases the drag, and it boom. That bit? Because you're going like this, you're banking like this, and then they go like that. So that increases the stall there, and it keeps, or sorry, yeah, it increases that drag, so then it keeps pulling it around. Trying to lift a wing, which increases. Trying to lift a wing, which increases angle of attack. Right. And induce drag on that wing while lowering the other. Right. And then it does the thing. So yeah, so chance of a spin just went way up. Right. And okay, so then I have a little question. So increasing angle of attack, increasing drag. Hang on. If you coordinated it precisely, like absolutely precisely, could you recover? Like, I don't know if this is a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask it because I want to. Can you like? I know that's like what you're supposed to do is the whole rudder thing, but hang on. Let me think about this for a second first. Well, no, I will. I'll just ask a question. So, with the, hang on. No, I think that's a silly question. Never mind. Yeah, going through it like that, like actually in the plane, makes more sense than just, yeah. The going over the book stuff. Well, I think it just uncoordinates it. Like, because you're going like that, right? So, okay. So you're lifting the weight, you're increasing drag on that side. And you use the rudder to correct for that increase in drag. So you're going like, hang on. Oops. So I guess if you're like perfectly coordinated, How soon could you... Hang on. No. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Let me figure out what I'm actually asking first. So, like, so you're doing the thing, and then you try to correct with aileron in the spin. Don't use the aileron to lift the wing. Right, right. I just wasn't sure if there was like a minute chance that like you could level the ailerons in a spin, but like the chance is so remote that you would actually be able to do it correctly. Potentially not. All you think you know is that you can get the yoke right. Yes, you get the yoke neutral, possibly push forward, increase throttle, increase airspeed to get both wings generating lift. Right. And no, that's definitely not something that, it's just like a me trying to understand things question. But yeah, I don't know. Perhaps I'm not even sure what I'm asking. But so then, so again, so you do a stall in a turn, perfectly coordinated, first indication, similar-ish to accelerated stall. So we're gonna quick try that one. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. So accelerated stall. We're still perfectly coordinated. We just have the higher bank. So we're holding our altitude, holding our altitude, holding our altitude. We see the runway. We're overshooting. We're keeping coordinated. We get to that 45 degree and then we pull. So that part brings in the potential for the overbanking as well as, well, that one's just generally the overbanking. And then the cross control. Hello. Stoneflies, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? What were you doing? Welcome, everyone. We're going deeply into stalls and spin. Attempting to. If you're in a developed spin, it's a different ballgame. Right, talking about stall, maybe wing drop, or incipient spin. Okay. Do the first indication because chances of screwing it up and spinning are a lot higher for all the reasons we just discussed. Right, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Is it possible to get it to a clean break in a bank provided you're coordinated? Sure, it's possible, but not, likely in most GA trainers. Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. That makes more sense. And you're talking a steep bank. Right. So when I'm nervous about the accelerated stall at that 45 degree bank, it isn't likely as long as you're coordinated, which I guess sometimes is maybe potentially not the case. And a 5 degree bank isn't going to have the same level. So, and then again, so the accelerated stall and the cross control stall. Hello. What is happening? Hello again. I don't know what happened there, but hello. It's good to see you. Sorry, so the accelerated stall and the cross-controlled stall are like kind of like splitting those two potential issues apart. Developed spin differs from plane to plane. 152, possibly stable plane. Just getting the controls neutral, increasing airspeed gets you there. But for a PITS or other negatively stable plane, it's about getting the control surfaces into a positive, stable configuration. And can be completely different aircraft to aircraft. Hello, how are you? It is. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. And that was so I've watched a couple of spin videos, and like there was one. I think the guy did end up recovering from it, but it took him a while, and I think he was using either he was using an incorrect. Hang on. Or there have been other ones where they haven't made it because they use the wrong sort of recovery method. Yeah. So that's why, like, I did. It was nice to be able to do the spins in the 172 and, like, get kind of comfortable with that. And then it'll be fun to do the 150 and get comfortable with that. But, yeah. It's like they kind of get themselves out of it. So at some point I want to actually do them in something where you really have to be on the things. So, yeah. So then the cross control, I will again try. No, so bringing it down again. 1700. Holding altitude. Back pressure. And then we look at the runway. We start banking, but we don't want to bank so close to the ground. So, oops, we keep our... Gosh darn it. I have to keep my nose down a little bit. So I'm stalling before I get uncoordinated. And then, of course, on the recovery, I'm completely unfreaking coordinated. So we're going to try that again. All right, so bringing it down to 1700 again. Holding our altitude, holding our altitude, holding our altitude. Looking. We're turning. We're letting the nose come down so that we can, gosh darn it, get unfreaking coordinated. Gotta get uncoordinated. Here we go. Try it again. Gonna get this. We're gonna get this. Again, trying not to bank and just using rudder. Kind of. Not quite. So bringing it down again. 1700. Holding the altitude like a normal person. All right. See the thing. Oh, power out I'm also supposed to do. So we're going like that, and we're just going to, like, completely uncoordinate. There we go. And then we go like so. There you go. There you go, kind of. So, okay, so I was definitely not bringing enough aileron out. I think. I don't. Can't just lump negative stability planes into a single patch of resolution, and given your limited experience, can only make guesses, which needs higher instruction based on particular aircraft. Potentially. Don't overdo the rudder or I'll spin the opposite direction. So, oh, sorry. I'm doing cross-controlled stall now. And trying to understand, like, how that pieces in from just, like, the regular stall in a turn, and then the accelerated stall, and then the cross-controlled stall. Not instruction! Yes, not instruction! Want to spin? Twin spin? Great recovery, not so much, though. Oh, no. General competence, yes. It is accurate, if you couldn't already tell. we're working on it. It's going to be a bit though. Corin Horn R9, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yes, no learning to be done here. We're just attempting and yes, practicing things. You come from Starflight is nice. Known her for a long time. Corinne. Okay, sounds good. I'm sorry. Corinne. Well, yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. Happy to have you. And yes, I am frighteningly a CFI in training. Nowhere near check ride. So, yes, but we're practicing the things, trying to understand the things, and yes, the cross-controlled stalls specifically have been my nemesis. So that's why I'm attempting to do them. But I noticed in the last one that I think I wasn't getting enough aileron out to get into the cross-controlled stall. So I'm gonna try that again. So we're at the 17 again, bringing it down to the 1700. Holding that altitude. Holding the altitude. We're not checking it yet. We don't know that we're overshooting. Not yet, we don't. Power out, and then we go like, we bank, and then we go like that, and then, no, gosh darn it! Freaking, fraggin' stupid. I keep stalling before I get uncoordinated, which again is strange because I'm so good at getting unfreaking coordinated and everything else. Sorry. Oh, okay, sorry. I can't say that because I'm a lady. But yes, love aviation. Been getting back into it with 2020 last year. It's nice discovering how much harder 2020 is than Steam 10. Really? Excellent. So what is your aviation story? Aviation and general sim story as well. That's awesome. Wish the Chrome captions allowed you to scroll back. You missed a lot of the dialogue chat. Oh no! I'm sorry. The VOD will be there. The thing is, an improperly coordinated bank stall effectively becomes a cross-controlled stall. There's no difference. Improperly banked stall. Demonstration of it is just me as a CFI candidate setting that situation up intentionally. That's what I'm doing, but it's not working. And I don't know what, I don't know. We've gone over it how many times, and like he'll show it to me, and then we'll go over it, and sometimes I'll get it correctly, and then it just doesn't stick. You actually put in a bug ticket on MS Teams about not being able to scroll the captions back. Oh, and they fixed it nice. Okay. Oh, maybe Chrome will do the same, but you'll see. Okay, sounds good. Interesting. That's awesome. Well, yes, fingers crossed for that then. Always been fascinated by aviation because of how much more dangerous it is than driving, and yet it's a bazillion times safer. Right, exactly. And it depends on how you do it. And I guess, yes, there are far more rules and regulations and a lot more training required. So, there we go. So, have you done flying? Are you going to? Oh, you're a U.S. Army veteran. Okay, almost went Air Force actually. Well, thank you for your service, and that's cool. So you didn't do the flying. Would you consider it? Every time you try this stuff in the DA-40 in real life, okay, it always breaks out before stalling and just establishes a descent. See, and again, that's why, like, I want to do it in an aircraft that isn't gonna just do it for me. But yeah, working Okay, improperly banked. And again, the one time that I actually, like, the best one that I had is where I was able to fully, okay, okay, hang on. Mentally, I am overshooting. I'm trying to turn, but I don't really want to turn that close to the ground. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to pull back on my freaking yoke. Gosh darn it. Will you stall? I finally get it. God dang it. Okay. I always miss one freaking point. Either I stall before it gets coordinated, or I can't, I get uncoordinated, and then I can't stall it. Ah. I'm going to go insane. You did decide recently to get your A&P cert. Nice, with the intention to moving into aviating afterwards. Excellent, excellent. So what's your timeline? Have you started your studyings? I like to get ahead of people when they're doing things. So, sorry, not sorry. And so then would you be just doing for fun, or would you want to get into commercial stuff? Moshi, where's my reference point? You mean like what the runway is, or my runway? Okay. Behindish. You know what? That is an excellent question. I will try that. I will try that again. MS Teams, you're always screenshotting the captions to show your coworkers what you see, and it is really amazing how bad it is. Chrome captions are the same sometimes. Oh no. Okay. My runway. Now that you say that, I think I kind of like once I get into it, I completely disregard like the actual runway part of it. So, all right. Check my whispers. Sounds good. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Stall strips even give the plane full aileron control. It's harder to stall than it looks. Okay. Want to get into specialty aviation someday, like firefighting, SNR, maybe law enforcement, etc. Oh, very nice. That would be cool. Yeah, I remember I went to an event at one point, and there was this plane, and I think it was they had brought it in, and it was on floats. It might have been an amphib then, and I can't remember specifically what it was, and it was used for firefighting, and that seems like an interesting thing to get into. That would be a really awesome track. Naturally looked upper right from the VFR map, but just noticed. Yes, hello. It is festive. Yes, I do not use the VFR map. I use my Preflight. And I'm not using it at all. It's just circles and circles and nothing at all. Okay, so doing the thing. Actually looking for a runway this time. So we're gonna bring it down 1700. So 1700. Holding that altitude. Oh gosh, and it is getting late, so we're probably gonna have to do maybe a couple more, and then we'll have to head back. Okay, so runway, we're overshooting. It's that thing, so we're going like this. I don't want to bank. Turning in the... See, but I'm not uncoordinated enough. I'm going insane. I'm gonna go insane. We're going insane. Okay. You're from Nebraska, actually. Okay. You got to go to the Strategic Air Command Museum a lot. Oh, very cool. Okay. I will have to look that up. Freaking great museum. The B-36 is unbelievable. That's so cool. And So I was gonna ask, so you still get to go, a lot, but if you don't want to answer that, if that's like yeah, like location-y sort of a thing, no worries, you don't have to answer. Decided to aim for your ATPL by 40. Yes, sounds perfect. Regionals are hiring between 500 and 750. Really? Oh. In Canada. Yes? Oh, wait. You might have to. Explain that one. They just got a Nighthawk. Got to put your hands on the pitot tubes on the nose. Was it awesome? Don't let the sim drive me nuts. Okay, there are a lot of things about stall spin dynamics that just aren't correct. Okay, sounds good. Well, but it is. It's kind of this. I don't know. The same thing's been happening in the aircraft, but again, we'll do it. I'll be doing it again this week, and hopefully it'll click this time. A B-47 and B-58, which are some of your favorite aircraft. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you can show the ad on LinkedIn. Is it actual though, or are they just trying to like get you on it? But yes, do it. Super cool. They had the stealth paint scrubbed off, and everything was so weird to look at. Looked like a UFO with the steel wool buffing. Okay. I will have to look that up then. I would like to start going to more things. Yeah. I need to start doing more fun stuff. I have been just kind of doing the training thing for a bit, and maybe that's part of my problem. Just need to get back to some basics. Okay. I just need to get it uncoordinated. Just get it uncoordinated. I got it uncoordinated, and then I couldn't stall the thing. And then I stalled the thing without getting it uncoordinated. And that is what happens to me in real life, so... Okay. All right. Doing the thing. Overshooting. So we're go like that, and then we are keep the nose down and get it like so. There. It wasn't mother going insane. Ugh. We're gonna try a couple more, and then we're gonna have to call it, and I'll have to just try in the real plane this week. We'll see what happens. Added some quick screenshots in the Discord to show what he's. Okay, sounds good. Mostly good, but sometimes it's much worse. I'm looking forward to it. I'm super curious. Oh, sounds good. Get me into that museum with your military discount. I mean, well, I guess it depends on location. But I don't give mine out, so you'll never know. But yes, I will check. Okay, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it like 2 more times, and if it's just as frustrating, we're just gonna putter back, and hope for the best this week. Okay, so we're at our 4,000, 1,700, and then it's probably another, add that to the bingo card, and then okay, so I probably let it get a little bit too low. That was, So speed might have gotten a little bit too low on that one. But I think we got it cross-controlled. Yeah, no, that's okay. That works. That's fine. Oh, not asking me to change anything, just showing oddball examples of things that it gets wrong. Okay, sounds good. Well, I mean, am I talking really fast and not enunciating things? I used to be so much better at enunciating things back in the theater, but I've gotten super lazy with it. So what you want is for Chrome to get better at it through AI or whatever. Fair enough. I mean, I should. I definitely want to get back to not being such a motor mouth. Getting a little bit more, yes, enunciative. Exhibit with astronaut Clayton Anderson used spacesuit. That would be cool. Okay, we're gonna not let it get so low this time. Speed, holding it. 1700, holding it. Oops. Holding it. And then we whoop, and then we don't pull up yet, and then we're just gonna rudder, and then we pull. I did the thing. Recover properly, normally, like people do. Okay, that one worked a little bit better, I think. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time so that we know it's not a fluke. And of course, practicing stalls over almost a city is not recommended, but I don't want to turn around or anything, so we're just gonna do it. It's a sim, it's fine. Okay, one more time. Holding, oops, holding that altitude with that back pressure, not letting the speed get too low, checking our runway, but pretending we're not checking our runway. Oh, look, the runway. And we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go like so. Let the nose come down. Get that uncoordinated. There we go. I did the thing. I think that not fluke. So we're good? Yeah. Are we good? I can go to bed. We will fly back. Runway 22. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Let us check our weather. Oh gosh. In before the chat GPT discussion. There's so many things that could go wrong. So many things that could go right. And I guess it will be interesting to see where it goes. Don't think it's an enunciation problem, just an AI problem. Okay, all right. If you say so. But also definitely still need to, yeah, work on it. I've gotten very lazy about it, and I do want to get back to it. What use of a flight sim if not to break the rules? Exactly. But if I want to blame myself, you can't hear me, so you can't say if it is Google or me, but until you're proved otherwise, you prefer to blame Google. Okay, all right, that is fair. All right. So, I probably should generally check the weather. Our runway is right there. 190 at 11. So 22 is probably still our best bet. We're gonna like stall again and just like not recover as we're kind of getting down to our altitude. So, all right. So we're gonna go like this. So we're going like that. We're holding our altitude at 32-ish hundred. Getting on a proper heading. Looking for a runway. Like, I feel a little bit more confident about it now, but now I'm gonna mess up again. And we won't have ended on a positive note. Yes, we will. That is fine. Got this. Just gotta keep the nose coming down before we get that uncoordination. Okay, so now we go like that, and then we go like that. Keep that nose coming down, get it that fully uncoordinated, and then we pull. There we go. Okay, okay, it does. It feels a little bit better. Damn search engines always screwing with us. Oh yes. AI products unable to actually translate speech to text. But they're better than they were. Silver lining. And they'll only get better. Okay, I kind of want to do one more. Holding altitude, 2,500. And then we will be done. Holding altitude. Holding altitude. Oops. Holding. Oops. Altitude. Holding altitude. Holding altitude. Alright. Okay. Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Alright. And let it come down. Runway is over there. And getting it like so. And then we... Nope. And now we pull. Yes. There we go. I think it's still a little bit... What's the word? It's not very smooth still, but at least I'm getting it actually cross-controlled and stuff. So I feel better about it, I think. We'll see how that translates to real life. 1940. Yes. So we're there. There is our runway. Let me make sure I'm coming in to the right one. Direct 2. Haha, we are in the pattern, going the wrong direction. Pittsburg traffic. Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1. Left downwind 22. Pittsburg. Oop. Okay. Oh god. Leaning on my rudder pedals. As per friggin' usual. Down to 1900. Carb heat goes out. Notch of flaps. Keep the nose coming down. Sorry, I'll quick land the thing properly, and then I'll get back to chat. Ugh. Turn in our base. And I should say, we'll hope to land the thing properly. And then this should be second notch of flaps. Oops. Keep that nose coming down. Checking final. Is good. Oh, yeah, we have wind. We're gonna bring it back up just a little smidgen. Oh god. Do I commit to this or... Oh, actually, yeah, let's. A final 19. 17, sorry. I promise I'm not this bad in the actual plane. Our wind is from 19, so 17 is actually better for us anyway. Okay. Oh my god, I'm freaking leaning to the... God. Nope. Shh. Sorry. What is that? Question? Which one am I supposed to land on? Sorry. I guess we'll find out. No, stop it. Stop it. I keep leaning, I keep leaning, I keep leaning. Oops, wrong way. Oh my gosh. Holding that yoke back. Holding that yoke back. All right, but also just continuing because we have a long ways to go and no taxiways. So, while I taxi horribly, I will try hear that they're actually working on a speech to ASL interpreter. But until you see the speech to text working 99% of the time, you have little hope. There's always hope. Always keep hope. And before I land on a road, hey, I'm not that bad. I'm not that usually. Didn't receive my tail number. Hotel 31 Delta 1. Ha ha. Any guesses on feet per minute? That was probably one of my better landings, apart from the little bit of wonkiness there at the end. I could go a little bit faster. One thing you would really like to see is ATC to aircraft comms being done in text rather than voice. In the sim itself, because that sim has a ATC text option, correct? I'm pretty sure. Flight simming is actually harder in some ways than IRL. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So that's why I can say, I promise, I fly better in an actual plane. Only blocker for deaf pilots becoming full ATP pilots. Right. Well, yeah. Yeah. That could be interesting. Ooh, okay. Nope. Well, hang on. What? You know what? Back taxi 3-5 or long distance taxi down the runway because I did not think this through. Let's land on the longest runway at one end in a 150 with no taxiways so that I have to taxi on the full landed on the runway. Might as well use the whole friggin' thing. All right. We're finally about to be clear of pretty soon runway. All right. Pittsburg traffic, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1, clear of runway 17 and 35. Pittsburg. Whoop, oh god. Whip it good. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I thought it was moving, shoot. Boom. Okay. Did the things. Carb heat goes out. It was. I did that. Took care of it. The things. Boom. And boom. And the boom. And the boom. Oops. Boom. And the boom. I forgot a thing. We have to do one more thing. Whooshed. 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 it counted it. Continue. We're not going to go do full shutdown. We're going to go look at LittleNavMap. Okay, so what do we have today? A butterfly that got smashed on the road. Pretty much. So we did our national airspace, not ground lesson. Went over some stuff, figured out some stuff. And then we went and we practiced stalls and yes, discussed the spins and the stalls and the such. And yes, that's an area that I am going to have to work on more. But yeah, there's nothing. I don't even know where all of the things were. I think we were going this way, and then we practiced some of the things, and then over here some stuff happened, and more stuff happened, and then we came back, and I was gonna land on 2-2, but instead I got into the downwind for 1-7. So, yeah, I promise, I'm better in an actual plane. Okay, all right, sorry. Flow to the other end, a good 80 miles. Like I should have. I didn't think about that at the time. I kind of forgot that there are no friggin' taxiways. But like, thank you. Hello. It was fun. I do. There are, and this is why now that my instructor is going to training pretty quick, I'm really gonna hammer at working on my own ability to communicate things, and in doing so, I will figure out more the questions that I have to ask and that I have, and yeah, make sure I actually understand all the things fully and I'm not oh gosh, I didn't even put the thing up. Sorry. Well, this is what I meant. LittleNavMap is here. It looks like butterfly dead on road. Sorry, brutal. Got nauseous from all that rudder. I know. I'm not good with the rudders. All of the controls I'm not good at. It sound exactly like you when you're pulling crazy taxi. I am known for my grass taxis. It's all 500 knots. Oh yeah, that's fair. We have one more thing to do.
Is Womby still here? Did he go get the sleep that he needed? Well, we're gonna go check it out anyway.
I hope. Hang on. I have to make sure I have the correct one. Gosh darn it. Hang on. I think I have the correct one. We're going to one more. God dang it. What am I doing? This button. I think. I will make sure. Yes. Okay. Well, so if Womby is here, or if he is not, Womby made this, airport. And we're gonna do a couple of laps, and we're gonna check it out. Have I by any chance watched Weeds? I have not. Is it good? I assume it is. Checking the airport! I'm excited. It will be nice and leisurely, hopefully. Hopefully I can control the plane well enough to make it so. You're not asleep. You're booking flights for FS Expo. Wait, isn't that in like the spring? Is that is that fair though? This far out? fun. Oh, that's awesome. Except you're supposed to be sleeping soon. You were tired earlier. Never mind that. There's a lot of jokes in it about Pittsburg. Oh, okay. That wasn't even Pittsburgh. Or like not Pittsburgh with an H. Pittsburgh with no H. So, all right, fair enough. Or do we get to just? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. Should we? Oh God, why am I moving? So should I just taxi around? In June, some of you like to plan ahead. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Okay. We'll taxi around. It's only 8 a.m. Oh, okay. Only. Oh, God. I am a night owl. I am not. Oh, God. I have to actually start the plane first. Hang on. Oops. That one. That and beacon and prime it and a boom and oops. Nope, not that. Clear prop. Yes, that. A boom and a boom and a boom and a boo. Whee! Nav light, taxi light. Don't need that. Okay. Well, we have to actually be able to see it. So, gorgeous. Okay. What am I doing? There. Okay, I should turn that off though. I'll do a little bit more so that we can properly see it. Oh no! I'll have to check that I installed World Update 15. Now that you say that, is it not what it is? So am I gonna have to do that and we'll have to look at it next week? All right. Is it not what we're supposed to be seeing? Okay. All right. Dang it. I always forget that you're supposed to do that in addition. Like, it's not its own thing. Okay. Gosh darn it. All right. I will. We will shut down again. We'll look at it next week. I'm so sorry. I have to remember that is a thing. That you're supposed to do the thing. Can't it just... I thought that it could just do it when I start it. Okay. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. I was so excited. And I thought that I had updated all the things. Alas. Well, now it's an anticipation thing. Ha ha ha. And I guess I'll plan better next time. Just put some hamsters in my network adapter. It'll be fine. Yeah. No, it's yeah, with the stream going and everything, it's just not, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna yeah, we're gonna do that as soon as possible so that I remember it, and then it's good for next week. So glad you're on M2 SSDs now, or flights and downloads would be god awful. I'm not even. That sounds familiar. I don't know. I have a good PC, but yes, with the stream and everything, it's not going to be pleased with me. So darn it, we will. Yes, get World Update 15. Check out ENLK from the wonderful Wombi, who also gave us the stall duck. So yes, we will check that out next week, and we will find somebody to raid. We will send the party over, and I will be going to bed. Gotta go to bed. Sounds good. Have a good night. You as well. I hope I can too. I will let you know. So yes, check out Charlie Foxtrot. He is streaming tomorrow night. It's always a lot of fun. Thank you for the raids, Starflies, and Deputy Dog, and Cross Hyperu. Check them out as well. Wonderful people. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the follows and putting up with my shenanigans. I will get out of this. Let me know if there's someone in particular you would like to raid, be sent off to. Otherwise, we will check and see what's happening. Browse. You'll consider being awake next week. Okay, sounds good. I'm so sorry. And again, this will be aroundish the usual time now, because we did the clock thing, changed the clocks. So yeah, we will yeah, that's, I'm so good at things. Sorry, brain at this point is absolute mush. And yeah, so before we do the things, I guess Tuesdays is our usual flying day. I'm thinking about adjusting things a little bit when it comes to doing lesson, like practicing ground lessons on a different day and just doing the flying on the Tuesdays. But we'll see about that. I want to kind of practice a little bit in real life before getting into that. But yeah, for now, next time will be Tuesday. We will fly on Tuesday. Oh, their new SSDs that are a zillion times faster, 7 gigabytes a second write speeds. Oh, well, that would be nice. Maybe I'll have more fun crosswind weather next week. Oh gosh, was kind of boring and sunny today. I'll take boring and sunny. But yes, that sounds good. That would be fun. Nice to meet you. Sounds good. And I will check. Good stream. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. And yes, for anyone, in case I change things, there is my Discord. But yes, otherwise Tuesday we will be flying at aroundish this time still again. I don't even have the mental power to do the what's the word? The math. There's a different word I was thinking of, but I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah. I'll maybe put that in the thing for next week, that this is our new time. You know who? Hang on. All right. I think I know where we're going. So I will get that ready. That's the correct button. There. Okay, so have fun in the rain. Whoever got lost and found their way here or found their way back, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. It's been fun. Still so much to learn and practice, but we're gonna get there. How much time that will take is the question. So yes. So have a great whatever it's going to be for you. Hope to see you again soon. Until next time, all the good things. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful morning. Yes, whatever is going to be for you. Hope it's a good one. Have a great rest of your weeks. Great weekend. Yeah. Until next time, all the good things. Yeah, we'll have fun in the rain. I will be going to bed. But yes, party on. So, yeah, thanks and bye.